Hi guys, thank you very much for joining me. I'm delighted to have you here today because I'm going to share with you awesome, beautiful things that you'll be able to do with your basic open chords with a G, a C and a D. Alright, if you apply this knowledge, you'll instantly be able to make them sound better. So by the end of this lesson, you will have a beautiful progression to practice these techniques with. We're going to be using a mix of the major scale, arpeggios, and even triad shapes to make some beautiful music with these three chords. Now, I'm not going to go too deep into theory in this lesson. However, if you do want to know more about that stuff, if you want to be able to express yourself through the guitar yourself without copying things, play up and down the neck, have the knowledge to do so and the technique to back it up, then that's what my 12-week program is all about, my private coaching program where I can be your teacher for 12 weeks and I'll help you get there. So we're going to start with the G chord. Now, again, we've got a few different licks and together they're all going to make a beautiful progression, okay? But we're going to start with the G chord. And we're going to play like this, okay? A little bit different to what we normally do, but there is a reason for the madness, okay? But we need to get our fingers around this. So our middle finger is on the A string. We've got our index finger free. Third finger's on the low E. My pinky is on the high E. That's how we're playing our G. Okay, we're going to play this little lick. Okay, a little bit of strumming and picking here. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm using the G major scale. And I'm starting with my third finger. I'm pulling off. Well, sorry, I'm getting 3 to 2 on the A string, and then I'm pulling off 0 like that. All right. 3, 2. Okay, and then I'm taking my third finger and sliding from 3 to 5 in the low E, and then back to 3 again, and in the G. A nice simple lick. Okay, and the strumming, down, down, up, down, up. And then I'm going to do it again. And again, down, down, up, down, up. Okay, so one more time, nice and slow. Okay, now, because I'm playing like this, I've got my middle finger free, and I can do the next lick, which brings me into my C chord, and that's going to sound like this. Okay. And again, having my fingers in that position allows me to get back into the G chord very quickly with that lick. Okay, so what I'm doing here into the G, the C. Okay, firstly I take my middle finger and I slide from 2 to 3 on the D, back to 2, put my third finger on the A string in 3, and then I just come into my C chord. Okay. And then I go a down, a big down, a small down, and then a big down, right? That's called accenting, by the way, if you don't know. So. And then, this little lick. Okay, so all I'm doing here is I'm taking my middle finger off and hammering on 2 in the D, then hammering on 2 on the G. Then opening the G. Alright. And then I'm going to play my G like one more time. Alright. I'll just keep the normal strumming. Don't mean to confuse you there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the whole thing nice and slow for you. Okay, so right from the start. So for the next lick, we're actually going to play an arpeggio, bring this into the D chord, and it goes like this. And then finishing it off. Like this. Okay, which brings us right back to the start. So I'm going to break that down nice and slow, okay, and briefly explain what I'm doing here. Okay, so again, I'm starting to use the major scale here, bringing me into the D note. Okay, so I get 2, 3, up to 5. Okay, which brings me into the D note. Now, if you know the cage system, you'll know that this is a D chord, which is just a C shape. Okay? Again, don't want to confuse you too much. And all I'm really doing, this is what's going on in my head, is I'm just picking those notes out. Okay, and that's an arpeggio, that's all the notes within the D chord. All we're doing is playing the notes of a chord individually, right? Fancy word for it. So, I'm double picking. 5, 5, 4, 4. From the start, 2, 3, 5, 5, 4, 4, 2. On the G. Okay? And then I'm getting 3 on the B, 2 on the high E. Okay? Okay, and then I do this little lick. So 2, 3, 5, 3, 2, back to 3 in the B. It's that whole little part, right? Okay, and again, that's coming right back from that G chord. Okay, and then I'm going to come back to the C chord, but instead of getting the C shape, I'm going to arpeggiate the notes that are in the C chord. Okay, which is a C, an E, and a G. Okay. C. Again, I double pick that. C, C. Slide from 3 to 5. Double pick that as well. 3 on the high E. And then I'm going to slide up, take my third finger again from 5, right up to 8, and then 7 on the high E. This brings me into a G, and I know that because I've got this little G-shaped triad over here, or D-shaped triad for a G. And I'm just trying to explain what's going on in my head when I'm making these little melodies and how I'm able to find the chord tones that I want. Okay, so let's just take that bit from the start, from the G line. I'm going to leave that, let that note ring out, and then I'm going to play the G like one more time. And then one more time. But I finish on 5 here, and I'm going to do this little bluesy thing. Slide up to 6, back to 5, and then 3. Play the G. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring all of that together for you. I'm going to do some cool stuff with some camera lenses and try to make it a little bit more cinematic, just for added entertainment. So, I hope you enjoyed the lesson, guys, and I hope you enjoy the full thing coming to you now.